Hey, Dr. Bob here with the Mason Method for Natural Childbirth. In this short video, I want to talk about when you should leave and go to your birth location. And so first off, I would say, all this varies on where you live and how far away you are from your birth location. This is assuming that you're not having a home birth. But the biggest thing that I recommend, first off, is that you have to have someone there that I call the gatekeeper, because this is the person that's there with you. It's your husband, it's your partner, it's your spouse, it's your aunt, it's your mother. It's somebody that's there with you, that's with you, and they're on the same page with you, and they're basically running everything, and you're just focusing on labor. They're handling everything else, and leaving to go to your birth location is their job. And how they do this, what they do is, you time your contractions, and when your contractions for, let's say, a first-time mom, we follow what's called the 3-1-1 rule. So for a first-time mom, if contractions are lasting for 1 minute and they're 3 minutes apart, and this process has been going on for 1 hour, that symbolizes that you need to start getting to your birth location because you're starting to get close. Now bear in mind, this all depends on how far away you are from your birth location. So if you're an hour from the hospital or your birth center or wherever you're going, if you get to that 3-1-1, you might not make it. So you have to take into account how far away you are. Is it rush hour traffic time? What's happening? But generally speaking, if you could get to your birth location within 10 minutes, the 3-1-1 rule is what you want to look for. If you're on your second or third or fourth pregnancies, then what you want to follow is called the 6-1-1 rule, which is the same thing, only the contractions are 6 minutes apart. So they're 6 minutes apart, they last 1 minute, and this process has been sustained for 1 hour. So it's going to be 6-1-1. But again, you want to make sure that you time this so you're not having babies in the car, you don't have to stop at a hotel, but you also don't want to get there too early either. You don't want to get there where you still have several hours left, and now you're stuck in a hospital where there's really nowhere to go. Maybe you can't walk around. If your labor stalls, I recommend people go outside. It's hard to do that once you get admitted to the hospital. So you don't want to get there too soon. You don't want to get there too late also. But again, I feel like it's the gatekeeper's job to know when it's time to leave. And if you're not following this 3-1-1 or the 6-1-1, so like my wife on her first pregnancy, her contractions were 24 hours long. Labor was 24 hours from start to finish. They were 1.5 minutes apart, and this process went on for the whole entire 24 hours. So there was no 3-1-1 for her. The contractions were just a minute and a half apart, like every minute and a half for 24 hours, and she got through it, and it was fine. But I remember at some point thinking to myself, we're just not going to get to this 3-1-1. It's just, that's not going to happen. And the way I describe it is when you get into late first stage, the mood shifts. It gets to be a little bit different. So you can't have a conversation. The woman can't have a conversation very well during this period. It becomes more intense. There's no joking. There's no laughing. It's like hard work. And you'll see this person is in her zone. Like she's getting into late first stage labor. Like you need to be getting to your birth location then. You don't want to wait too long. But it's different. The mood will shift. Where when it first starts, way back in the beginning, when she starts having her first contractions over the first couple of hours, she's talking to you, right? So she's saying, I feel like this is labor, I'm starting to have contractions, they're not that bad, you're eating, you're snacking, you're walking around. When you get to this late first stage labor, none of that's happening anymore. It's just intense work, and the contractions are just coming, they're coming, they're coming. That means it's time to start leaving. So hopefully you got some great information from this video. If you like it, be sure you hit the like button, make sure you comment, make sure you share it. I feel like this is a crucial aspect of having a natural birth, because you want to make sure that you're timing it to where you can spend as much time laboring in an environment that makes you comfortable before you slide into your birth location. So be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. We try to provide a lot of information for moms that want to have an amazing birth experience. We give you the tips and the techniques and the strategies to make that happen.